And hello everyone, welcome to, I guess, episode number 2 of this weird little series, if you would even call it that, where I play my funny little games and I do bad, soft-spoken, quote-unquote ASMR out of it. Today's subject would be ULTRAKILL. Now, as always, the disclaimer: you hear any noises, breathing, or anything else, that is not my problem. I like to keep my footage raw whenever I play my games and record them, so it is not my fault if you hear any of that. Now then, let's begin. See what happens with this one. If it's gonna be fun, or if I'm gonna die midway through. Let's begin. So I haven't done this in a while now again, ever since I finished recording that first video that I made of this. So I hope that this would be enough to satisfy the random viewers on this channel. Somehow enjoy me playing ULTRAKILL, for whatever reason. Now I am hoping that the audio isn't too loud, which I think it is, so let me lower it just a little bit more. We're gonna lose a few seconds, but that is alright, we do not need them. This run is gonna be finished in under 30 minutes nonetheless, I think. I suppose I should be fine here. Only thing I'm hoping for is that the game isn't too loud, because if it is, we're gonna have problems. And I could be able to check that actually. And I might just do that in a moment here, to make sure that the audio is fine. Because on my end, it is extremely loud. So I will check my audio levels here. Let me pause it and pause the recording. Well then, while I was checking my audio, see that recording and everything else was fine with it, I didn't realize that I forgot to put my timer to show. But now it's officially showing, and I want to apologize for it not being on the camera, but now you guys can see it. The audio levels seem to be alright, and this, I had to get some more water if I have to be honest, because this is killing my voice at rapid speed. Let's continue our speedrun of some more ULTRAKILL. Trying to remember all of the things that I used to do in this game, or speedy strategies. They are not easy to remember, and I do sometimes forget. But it should be fine nonetheless, because I hold my skills in somewhat of high esteem. So I don't really doubt that I would beat this game more than 30 minutes. I think it'll be somewhat close if this run keeps going this way. But I would assume that we are at least fine. The soothing forest of the limbo floor in Art of Sunrise. One great, fantastic level with good design choices in my honest opinion. Although the enemy variation, especially these purple guys, which is not a FNAF reference, by the way, do not quote me on that. They are arguably quite annoying, and probably one of the most hated enemies in the entire game. Now, I am on a little bit of a timer, because I actually have things that I need to do today. So our most ideal point of this run would be to be done with it as soon as possible. Which I think is going to be very, very likely. As long as I can aim and hit my shots, though I should. I think we're gonna be just fine. Well, if I play like that, then obviously we're not gonna be fine. Because I did everything extremely wrong in that section. Because I am very bad at this game, still nonetheless. I wouldn't say that I've ever been amazing at it. Yes, I can beat the game in under 30 minutes. But that doesn't mean that I'm good at it. There's obviously people who do this less than that. 9 minutes or 10 minutes. I could never do that. Because I do not have the skill for it. Sometimes you do not really need it. Especially if you're as bad as I am. Should be fine to just play normally. Those who do not know, or those who are new for whatever reason, out of all ULTRAKILL videos that I have made on this channel, we decided to watch this one. First things first, appreciate you watching this. Second of all, why would you watch this one out of all of the ones that I've done? I have had my fair share of interesting wording about this game throughout my 4 years of gameplay, and mostly 3 years of speedrunning it. I've had a lot of controversial takes, which I still stand by a little bit. But a lot of people obviously hate me for them, because free speech is not allowed online. Especially nowadays with the UK situation and how bad it is. But a lot of people didn't like what I said about ULTRAKILL, because its fan base is a bunch of idiots just like me. Sometimes just don't like seeing their funny little quirky game get criticized. For some reason, a lot of people take that too seriously. For whatever reason it is. Like, in my own opinion, every game should be able to be criticized without getting hated on. But of course, that is not how the world works. There will always be someone who despises your guts, no matter what you do or what you say. And it's no surprising that that is how the internet works. Now, of course, there's always some rage baiters who do their own thing. I do not mind that. But if there's clearly someone who's idiotic enough to think that because I am expressing my own honest opinion about a game that I've played a lot throughout my life, then you are definitely in the wrong for hating me on. It's always really funny to come back to that video, especially since it's my most viewed on this entire channel. For whatever reason, I assume that it fell under the wrong people's heads instead of the right ones who are actually smart and play ULTRAKILL and have common human knowledge and sense. Now obviously, as I say this, I'm not saying every ULTRAKILL player is stupid, because if I was saying it like that, then I would obviously be dumb, and I know that I am. It's not the truth. There are people who actually share common human sense as it should, which is great, because it makes sharing these types of information a bit easier now. There's always gonna be this someone who's a bit more of a dummy than some others. And we can't do anything about that, so we will only live with it. Now, of course, when I made that video, it was obviously on day one where I had no prior experience to speedrunning that update. It shouldn't come as a surprise when I made it. I think it's quite obvious actually that it was day one, because I had no experience on what to do or what to say really. So I do take my own blame for that little video that. But there's still some points that stand out because it's true in my opinion, and I don't see anything wrong with it. I don't even know what happened there, I gotta be honest. Oh. That was very nice. 11 minutes to beat the first area of the game. I'm actually quite fine with that. Now after this video is recorded, I'm gonna go do my own little things that I need to do today. After that, I will most definitely spend the rest of the day playing Metal Gear 5, because I love that game to my entire heart. It is such an amazing game. I suggest it to everyone who's interested in the Metal Gear series, at least check it out. Because what could be better than listening to Take On Me as you're actively bombing, shooting at the enemies or sneaking around. I don't think it can get any better than that. Very heavily love the game for its silly goofiness that it has. Yes, that is what it is. It is a very goofy game. It's also somehow extremely enjoyable. So I do suggest it to everyone that if you're interested in any Metal Gear series game, then you should check out Metal Gear 3 and Metal Gear 5. Arguably the best of the best. Obviously there's Metal Gear 1 too that I've never played yet, but I am waiting on a sale until I pick that game up. Most likely the summer sales that will eventually happen. But I'm not sure yet, because I don't know what sale will come first to give me the game. Actually, it's probably gonna be the winter sale or the autumn sale, whatever it was called again. I think it is the winter sale that will appear first, I don't remember anymore. But whatever sale it will be, I will get that game once it does go on sale. Because my own current goal is to play through all of the Metal Gear games, at least. Everything else except Metal Gear Rising Revengeance. Not because I hate the game, but because it gave me an extreme amount of headache. And it kinda hurt my eyes, so I didn't really want to play it anymore. It was a fun game, but I would rather stick to the actual Metal Gear series itself, instead of playing the meme game. Not to say that the other Metal Gear games are memes, because they definitely are. But Rising Revengeance will always be the most memed out of them. And for a good reason of that, because it is extremely stupid. And I can't argue against that. We are in 1523 and we have officially dealt with the last V2 of the game. Amazing time, I would say. Ask me. In under 16 minutes to beat the second to last chapter of the game. Which I think is quite amazing, actually. Let's see if my muscle memory is hidden back in the back of my head. I remember what to do here. See, those who do not know can actually skip all of the enemies in that section by just doing that. There's a lot of niche little things to do. Especially during this run. Now, as we talk about the soft-spoken series that I am currently doing, I guess you could call it a series, I don't know even. As we talk about this thing, I was debating on maybe recording Dark Souls for it. But I don't know how many of you would be interested in watching me Dark Souls like this. Because the Isaac video was kinda whatever and it wasn't even meant to be good, to be honest. Hope I didn't die to this. Okay. Actually fine. Yes, the Isaac video that I made with this style wasn't obviously that amazing, because it's Binding of Isaac. It's not a famous game people like to watch and see. So that is why we're trying ULTRAKILL, to see if this hits some stupid niche in the game. And if it does, I would actually be extremely embarrassed, because I very much despise making these types of videos. I actually do not like the soft-spoken thing at all, because, as I've mentioned many times by now, it hurts my voice a lot. So I do not really like doing this. Which is why I said that I could probably instead like a book or make a little story read. Or talk about any interesting topics that people have they want me to talk about. Not trying to talk for 30 minutes straight while actively straining your voice to make it lower and more calmer. It does have its own negative, which is exactly talking about with this, because it does hurt a lot to speak this way. Now that was actually quite amazing, if I do say so myself. We were in 20 minutes, was done with the game, which is very nice, and I am very happy with it. There we go, 1538, actually gotten through the entire game. I don't think I'm gonna get a new PB in this run, and if I actually do, I'd hate myself for the rest of my life. Because I grinded this game 200 days straight, and if me making a silly little soft-spoken version of a speedrun actually beats my current PP, I would be extremely embarrassed by that. So I find it disgusting that this would be the run to do it all. Now of course I have no hate towards doing videos like this, but if this genuinely beats my speedrun, I don't think I can ever live that down in my life. I'm gonna be embarrassed by it forever. But I do have to say, this run is quite magnificent, to say the least. I don't really know if I should hate myself for trying this hard on a soft-spoken ASMR video, if you could even call it ASMR that I'm doing. Well, I know that it is quite embarrassing to do this, but I was debating on instead maybe doing Dark Souls like this, and I think I'm not sure if I could do that, because it's gonna be 2 hours of Dark Souls 3. So I would like to beat my games whenever I do these videos, or at least get something out of them. So if I did Dark Souls 3, I would have to beat that at my own record time, which would be around 2 hours. Talking for 2 hours straight like this would obviously have a very big negative on my health and my voice. So I'm not sure if I could do that, but I can always try, and if it doesn't work I can make it into a little episode where I do Dark Souls 3, like 4 different episodes. Because I think that could work better than me doing this. Now then, as we close in on the end of the game, not much left to do anymore. And I'm slowly trying to remember what I did as a speedrunner this game. Because sometimes it's extremely difficult to remember everything. But I'd say that I'm doing quite alright just this one time. Now allow me to focus for a moment, as this room can actually be extremely deadly. Just like that, the run is officially over. Because Gabriel never posed a threat to me. Except for the few times where I played this game the first time. There we go. And that is ULTRAKILL, but soft spoken. Now, I am not gonna be reading these, but that is the speedrun of ULTRAKILL, but it's soft spoken, or ASMR. I hope all of you enjoyed this idiotic video. Allow me to rest my voice, do my things for today, enjoy some good old Metal Gear 5. Take care of yourselves, everyone. I love you all. And in case you see more of this, and you want to support me, you know what to do. I always appreciate all of you nonetheless, but subscribing would always help the most. Thank you all for watching this. Take care of yourselves. In case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, good night everyone. Take care.